Ernie Banks said it best one day, let's play two. And the Commodores get to do that on a Sunday afternoon here at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. The Dores with a doubleheader taking on the Orleans Firebirds today in Falmouth. Hi everybody, welcome to a Father's Day edition of Opening the Door alongside Logan Soforenko and Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield, happy to have you with us today for the Dores and the Birds. And Logan, let's talk about what happened last night across the bridge. A 12-9 victory over the Gatemen, put on by fireworks by the Commodores. A lot of runs put up in very select innings.
Well, even though they were trailing 3-0 in the early stages of the game, Braden Taylor sparked a little life into the offense by hitting a solo home run. But then came the top of the sixth inning. That's when they had 6 runs to take a 7-4 lead thanks to Anthony McKenzie and his 3-run home run. And then we get to the later parts of the game. We go to the 8th inning. Falmouth gets even more runs, and they enter the late stages of the game with a 12-4 lead. And that lead didn't last for long. They did prevail with the victory, but like we said, the pitching almost blew it.
A 3-run W for the Commodores, and Carter, the reason why that is was because of a 5 spot put up in the bottom of the 9th by Wareham. It was cold. It was windy throughout. We were trying to get out of there quickly. We said it on Closing the Door last night, 3 hours and 57 minutes, and it was mainly because the pitching took forever, especially in that final bottom half.
Yeah, the Commodores enter the day 10th in the Cape Cod League in team ERA, and last night's outing certainly doesn't help things. They gave up 5 runs in the 9th inning to the Wareham Gatemen. Things looked like they were in hand, up 12-4, but some shaky defense in that inning. It took 2 pitchers to close things out for the Dores, so not as pretty a win as they wanted, but you'll certainly take that to get back in the win column, entering the day at 2-4.
And now the Commodores, like you said, 2-4 with 2 wins today, can move to 4-4 on the season. But something's a little bit different about the doubleheaders this year, Logan. They're back. They've returned after not having any in 2021. What should we expect going into this doubleheader?
Well, something that every fan should expect and know. 7-inning doubleheaders. We saw this in Major League Baseball last season. They are indeed 7 innings today. So that's something to take note of. And something really cumbersome about pitchers doing doubleheaders is they have these things called inning limits, which everybody knows about. And we were talking about it yesterday with Chuck Sturnevin, one of our commissioners, and he said that does play a factor in these doubleheaders. So it should be interesting to see how Ben Hest, Falmouth Commodore starting pitcher, will do with that today.
I'll have more on that on the field today in Game 1. But, Carter, let's talk about the pitchers. He mentioned Ben Hest. It's Jerron Watts-Brown for Game 2. What can you tell us about Ben and Jerron?
Well, Ben Hess made his first appearance of the summer against Katuitt back in Game 2. We got the chance to see him out here at Gov Fuller Field. He was effective in a fairly short start, went about 3 innings in that game, and held a pretty dangerous Kettleer offense mostly in check, so he gets the Game 1 start today. As the Dores start to flesh out a little bit more in their rotation, we're going to see fewer and fewer times where guys make that one start and then go back to the bullpen. They're getting into more of a rhythm. And Jerron Watts-Brown, another guy making his second start of the summer, we saw him in the first road game of the year out at Harwich, and he showcased a live arm. He was a little bit wild in that game. He kept the Mariners off balance with that wildness, but he bended, he never broke in that game, and put together a pretty solid start in his first outing of the summer.
We'll find out how Watts-Brown does in his first home start. But Logan, with the Firebirds coming in, struggling a little bit as well. 1-4 on the season. But there are a couple of guys that stand out on Orleans. Who are you keeping an eye on today?
Well, the Orleans Firebirds dropped a game to the YD Red Sox in walk-off fashion earlier in the week, but it's going to be second-year catcher Garrett Guillemette. He was with the Orleans Firebirds last year, the catcher from USC, hit .286 this year in the 2022 campaign, and a lot of clutch hits at the Dore field, but last year in the 2021 season with USC was the all-Pac-12 team, and he is an absolute menace behind the plate. He's a wall. He picks guys off on ball 4s that he picks up. It's absolutely amazing to watch. He is in the starting lineup in game number 1 behind the dish tray.
A golden opportunity for the Commodores to get back to 500 for the first time this season. The Dores and the Birds coming up soon.